so I'm going to where I'm staying right now, where I'm pet sitting. It's been a long drive. I set out to go make some money and buy a new pair of shoes, which I needed, which is an easy accomplishment for me because it's a lot of work to DoorDash, and I've just been tired, but I've also needed a pair of shoes because my shoes I've been wearing have just been super uncomfortable, and they've just been uncomfortable for my feet, and just kind of rubbing the bottom of my feet, and they're old and kind of worn out and stuff like that. But I actually was able to meet my goal, and the only thing is it's just taking a lot longer than I expected. It's kind of unfortunate. But it's a really late night. But I was able to get my shoes, which I'm really stoked about. I'm interested to see how it goes wearing them. The old shoes were size 14, and those were the first 14s I'd ever worn, ever bought for myself. Most of them were 12s for the longest time. And then one day I got a pair of 13s, and the 13s felt great, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't wear 13s. And then I think my feet grew. I honestly think my feet grew because they were finally in a shoe that was like bigger than usual. They were like, oh, we have some room in here. You're giving us room? Well, I guess we can go ahead and spread out now. And so that's what my feet did. They grew a little bit. I'm pretty sure. That's what happened. You know. But yeah. And so the shoes I got tonight though are size 13. So I've had. Sorry about that. I've been wearing these big 14s, right? And the size 14 shoes are not really, like I said, there's just been they have a lot of room in them. And so it's been interesting. My feet have been kind of floating in. My feet haven't been floating in them, but my feet, I have plenty of toe room, plenty of foot room, right? And so, I decided that they were, well, I didn't think this through. Very much. But I worked so hard tonight, and then when I got to the store, I saw this pair of 13s. I mean, I was hoping to get a 13 and a half because I just felt like 14 was probably a little too big. But I went with a 13. I don't even know if I'm sure they make 13 and a halves, but I haven't seen very many of them. You don't see a lot of half sizes sometimes. But so I tried these 13s on, and they fit pretty well, and they were in my price range. I was able to just afford them, afford just as much gas as I needed in order to get back home. So it's actually been really wonderful being able to get them. And I've got one on right now. I put one on at a stoplight, and I'm accelerating because I was going to shoot. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited to try these on and get them broken in and walk around in them. I'm just excited for the newfound comfort that I'm gonna have, and I'm excited for a lot of things. But I'm most excited about the fact that let's see. I'm most excited about the fact that I'm getting stuff taken care of slowly but surely, things that I need, and I do have a lot of financial goals and obligations, things to do. But I'm getting there, and in the meantime, I'm really thankful that I'm able to get some of the things I need, like some tires. Like I got 2 new tires now, and which I'm super glad about. And now I've got got new shoes, so I totally feel able. You know what I mean? I feel like really okay. Now you got what you need. All you gotta do now is just, now you just gotta get to work. When you can, in due time, write them out. You don't want to overdo it, of course. Now I get to work. Start working on my goals. Start working on getting bills paid, debts paid, things like that. Which I've been doing, but I just feel more comfortable, more capable now. I'm in better hands basically now. I can do this better now. I'm just better about it. So that's really good, of course. And so I'm really excited. I got some new body wash and shampoo and stuff. I actually got 2 different kinds of body wash, and I never even buy that stuff usually. I just usually like use a bar of soap, but I found some really nice body wash, and it was cheap. I was like, okay, let's go, And then so I got it, and I got one. And I got the other one thinking it was body wash, but it wasn't. It was shampoo and conditioner, so I accidentally got that. But I really liked the smell of it. And I was like, oh, I wanted this to be body wash. So I went back, and I couldn't find that exact one, that exact scent. But they had other scents in body wash, and I found one out of those that I actually liked. And I didn't like them yesterday when I was I liked them today. So I got some of that, which is great for myself. I've got a new toothbrush recently. Let's see. I've got my laundry done. I can maybe squeeze in a little bit more here tomorrow. But just a lot of good things going on. I've gotten a lot of books lately. It's nice. A lot of books, and I'm excited. But it's funny because I love to read, and I have a lot of books. I have a lot of books, and I probably won't read them all in this lifetime. Unfortunately, I probably won't. I do intend to. I absolutely intend to. But I am kind of wondering. I guess maybe the more you read, the faster you get at it. Your comprehension increases as well. It's great, and it's easier when you read it. I just love that you can read and get better at it. And I just love how as you learn and as you grow, your understanding grows and your ability to understand grows. I just love that so much. It's like what a blessing. And I mean that specifically, like when I think about that, I think of like reading books like Bruce R. McConkie's books, The Promised Messiah, and just church books and stuff. Because that's the stuff that will really help you grow. And really, as you grow, and as your testimony grows stronger, as your understanding increases, it's totally different. You can just, oh my gosh, I just love it so much. I just love it. And you can't sit and read church books all the time. I mean, at least I can't right now. I don't think, because if I let naturally, like my interests, I love reading. But at the same time, I like to read other things too. So I like to keep it fresh. I like to read all the different kinds of things I'm interested in. But I've gotten a lot of really cool books lately. I've gotten some books on Abraham Lincoln, Civil War. I got a really nice book on Nazi Germany and Hitler. That's really uncharted territory for me. I mean, I know high school level history about World War II, but it's been 20 years. But I'm getting ready to take that class in a few weeks. U.S. history, sort of covering World War II and stuff like that, because we're part of the timeline we're covering. But it's a really nice book, the Hitler book. I'm fascinated. I'm interested. I want to know more. I mean, going into psychology, in the psych field, it definitely makes you think and wonder about people, especially unique individuals, people who are very unusual, people who are, I don't want to, Hitler's Hitler, so you don't want to try to give him compliments and stuff. decision is where the danger comes in, I think. But yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna get a lot out in this video, talking about a lot of different things that have happened lately, things I've been curious, but I'm not trying to I'm not trying to make this a trauma dump or anything. It'll be a trauma dump. But let's see. So I've gotten a lot of books lately, which I've been really excited. I've gotten a lot of movies lately, which has been really good. I actually hit the jackpot a few days ago. Now it's almost been a week, it feels, but at the Goodwill store, I found a lot of Blu-rays, a lot of movies that I'm very happy I found on Blu-ray. And there are certain movies I'm going to seek out and buy on Blu-ray, which I'm excited about. But I really hit the jackpot. I really did. And I've been watching a lot of movies lately, which has been great. It's been nice. It's been different. Like I just don't watch a lot of movies. I just don't spend a lot of time watching them, But it's been really good, and I haven't finished them all. I've actually had three movies at least that I started and haven't finished, which is interesting. It's not too uncommon for me. But so sometimes you just have to stop for now, come back later, something like that. But anyway, and I will share about this. I will share about 6 Feet Under. I made 6 Feet Under videos before, so maybe some of you guys know this side of it, I guess. But I made a decision while I was shopping the other night. Then I got the body wash. They had a season of 6 Feet Under, brand new, for like $3 or $4. And big lots on like $3 or $4. So I was like, this show has got a lot of. The show's got a lot of. What can I say? The show is a mature. It's a mature show, but it's also got a lot of. It's got a lot of content in it that you want to consume on a regular basis. It's got a lot of stuff that you won't see on normal TV. Put it that way. But it's not as bad as some others. That's for sure. It's not as bad as some others. There's a lot of bad language. Sex and stuff like that. But, anyway, this show, 6 Feet Under, has it's interesting. It is definitely a place. The show has been a place. The show has held a certain place for me. And I've just kind of figured this out. I've known this all along, but I haven't been able to put words. I haven't been able to really quite understand it this way. I haven't. I just haven't been able to put very good words. But back in the day, I watched Dexter with my wife, and we binge watched Dexter. And I fell in love with Dexter. We watched Dexter, and blah blah blah. Kept watching Dexter and everything. And then, like one Black Friday, that's how we got started on it. We found. I forget how this worked. We either found it on Netflix or found the seasons, and then we found it on Netflix first. Anyway, blah blah blah. I've done this with Dexter, Trailer Park Boys, 6 Feet Under, and Breaking Bad. But we got Breaking Bad too. But another Black Friday, I went out and I found 6 Feet Under seasons. I got a couple of them, and I tried watching them with my wife. I think I can't remember. It just wasn't working. It just wasn't the same. It wasn't hitting the same. It was just hitting in a different way. It was like, I think it was because the content, honestly, I think it was like it was too dark, or it was too adult. And the show is kind of dark, not in a bad way, but like certain people are just too bright for their taste. Does that make sense? Like certain people can't handle certain darkness. They can't handle dark humor. It's just not their jam. They just can't handle it. And some people can. Just like, I don't know. I can. I do. I like dark humor. I don't mind dark humor. I think dark humor is cool. Obviously, I mean, I don't watch it all the time. It's like just all the time. It's like I don't listen to black metal every single day. But I do listen to black metal sometimes. But and so, well, what ended up happening was I started watching the show and I actually really liked it. And it was a mature show. It was a mature and emotional show. And much deeper than all the other shows I ever watched before. And much deeper than Dexter. Dexter's a good show for the most part, but yeah, much different than that. Dexter is like surface level compared to 6 Feet Under. 6 Feet Under is deeper. But so I started watching the show, and this was also around the time where I was feel that close to her. I was struggling and starting to feel not this close and starting to, beginning to, or just starting to. And I think what started that was when I started doing my own things. And when I started doing my own things. And I think that husbands and wives should have their own things. I think that a wife should have some stuff that she does that doesn't necessarily involve you. She just likes it, you know? And I think the husbands should as well. But now what those things are, it depends on what kind of place those things take. Is another story too. I think that was the secret to everything. I think I might write a book about this someday, maybe. But definitely learning more about this as I unpack it and deal with it. But yeah, she didn't really vibe with 6 Feet Under like I did. And I did. And it was like there's questionable content and stuff in there and everything like that. There's stuff that she would just like not like to watch. She didn't tune me after work to tune me with this, tune me with that, or whatever. She just wasn't into it. And I was like, okay, it's fine. I don't need to be. Again, it's okay. It is kind of pushing the limits a little bit, you know, for what we normally take in, the type of content we watch and stuff. But I started watching it and I kept watching it. And I watched the show. I binged the show. And this is what my life was at this time. I worked graveyard shift 12 midnight to 8 a.m. She worked during the day, like let's just say 8 to 4, or 8 to 9 to 5, something like that. And so I'd work all night, come home, eat breakfast, drive home in the blazing sun as I'm tired with the sun burning my eye sockets out. It's been awake all night. And so I wouldn't see her all day. I wouldn't see her whole entire work shift, of course, because she was working. She would never see me because I was working. And it was hard. Those were hard years. Those were honestly really hard years. And I wonder how much of those years really shaped our marriage and our relationship. I think they definitely did. Definitely shaped the tone, set the tone, how we could shape things. They definitely did. But so I would come home and like what I was supposed to do for a successful life, like sleep schedule and everything, like it's so hard to figure that out. Like working night shift, like do you come home and go right to bed? Because when you get off, you're like, yeah, I'm off work, I get to do stuff now. You come home, you're like, yeah, so like I'm free now and I can do whatever I want. Like, yeah, you should go to sleep. It's like, what? You should go to sleep. And so it's hard to figure that out. And I would stay up and I'd play a lot of Call of Duty. I'd watch 6 Feet Under, binge watch 6 Feet Under, catch up on Dexter or whatever, binge watch 6 Feet Under, watch Trailer Park Boys, binged both of those shows and finished them. And 6 Feet Under is a deep emotional show. It's honestly a deep emotional show. And I can't remember if I finished watching the show while I was still married to her. That's a good question. I think I did. I honestly do. I honestly think I did. And I think that I was so in love with the show by the time it ended. And this is a show that will change you. I mean, I feel like it will affect you unless you just don't have a heart. Unless you just don't have a conscience, it's not gonna affect you that much. But no, the show did really affect me. I feel like, and going back and rewatching somebody's been really nice, and I really appreciate it. And like watching it now, like I watched an episode and a half of this new season. Recently purchased the season. Like I had them all on DVD and I got rid of them because I was like on a kick before with like the content and like being Christian and kind of Christian it was, and this is how I could get rid of so much media and I did. And I have bought a lot of it back. I don't want to say unfortunately, but in a way, I guess it's unfortunate in a way. Fortunately, not unfortunate in a way. But from watching 6 Feet Under, again, just this one episode so far, and one episode and a half, it just makes me think. It just makes me think so much. It makes me think so much. It makes me think about everything so much. The show is about a family who works at a funeral home. Windshield dirty, right? So dirty. Just ran out of windshield fluid like half an hour ago. Sucks. Got more in the trunk though. And I can see. But yeah. So every day they're dealing with death. It's like life and death. And so the show is kind of, in a way, I think one of the show's secret ambitions, and I don't think it's too much of a secret. One of the show's ambitions is to make you appreciate life, help you to appreciate life, and help you to. I mean, appreciating life is a deep thing. There's depth to the concept of appreciating life, right? I mean, how much goes into appreciating life, right? question alone, are you appreciating life, is such a good question. So it's a show that kind of helps you think about that and helps you think about your life. And it's a show that really helped me. It was one of the things that helped me get to where I needed to be. And, that involves some really hard changes, like, it's a serious thing. It's a big change. Not to be taken lightly at all. Kind of a decision ever. But that's what I needed to do. The show is one of the things that helped me. I feel like the show is, like I said before, it's a placeholder. It's a space holder. It's a space holder for me. Is what the show is anyway. And it is for me in this scenario. Because I was going through a lot, and I didn't really have anyone to talk to. I mean, I did, but I didn't. Like, I did have people I could talk to about things I was going through, family members and friends, but it was just like, when you don't share things, you don't share things, and it's hard to just like change to sharing things, you know what I mean? It's hard to just start talking to people about things. It's hard to say, hey Dad, you know what, I'm kind of going through something right now. I know we don't even talk that much. It's like, when there's not, for me at least, and I think this is something to this is definitely something to overcome. It's definitely a fact of life. You don't have a certain rapport with people about something. You don't open up and talk about certain things with people. Then it makes it, like, where do you start? Like, it's almost like, well, how can I open up and talk to this person and have a rapport with them about this thing? It's like, do they have a propensity to hear me about a propensity to share? It takes a lot. It takes a lot, especially when you're used to carrying it around or stuffing it down and dealing with it. Like, I stuffed a lot of things down and just dealt with it. So many of us do. A lot of men especially, but a lot of women too, like everybody. And push it down. It's like, no, don't do that. Don't go on an explosive, endless, day in, day out rant about your feelings. Don't make your life about your feelings. Don't make your life about your feelings. Never. Don't do that. That's not what's up. But at the same time, not discouraging people from expressing their feelings. Saying don't let it become your life. Don't take it too far. You can take anything too far. So just don't take it too far. But that show held a lot of place for me, and a lot of space for me, because I felt like it's weird. I'm not trying to be weird. I'm not crazy. I'm a psycho. But I feel like I connected. I felt like I connected to the characters. I felt like they represented me in certain ways. They represented certain things I felt, and I watched them act out my feelings in certain ways, certain feelings I had in certain ways. And that was very therapeutic for me. It was a very therapeutic show for me. And I watched it alone. That's the thing, I watched it alone. And it's like, that was my life. That's like a microcosm of my life at the time. I was alone. It wasn't my life. I did feel lonely in certain ways, and it was just hard. I didn't know what life could be like. I didn't know how good life could be, really. And I thought that, having a girlfriend, having a wife was the answer to all my prayers, and thought it was like the solution to all my problems, and it wasn't. And it never is. It's not. It's not what they're there for. They're not there to fix your problems. But that's another conversation that I'm going to get into right now. It's interesting. But the show it's been really helpful to me. And upon watching it again, I was watching it again. I watched half an episode today, and I watched an episode yesterday, and I'm just sitting here going, dang, this show is good. But the other thing too is, like, when you put anytime you put anything up on a shelf, or something, it's always bad. It's always bad. And I definitely did do that back in the day. And also, I didn't have a God. I didn't have a God back in the day. Like, I had, like, I kind of just stopped. I stopped worshiping God. I stopped believing. I stopped focusing on Him. stuff. It's been Christmas time, it's been New Year's, lots of things, lots of stuff. Bought a lot of things, but school's gonna really sit me down because when school starts up, I'm gonna be like, hey, you got to stop doing all this stuff you're doing. It's just gonna focus on school. And my other goal too, my new goal. I mean, this is kind of always been a goal, but the first semester, for the first time, like going through it the first time, like you have to go through it first time, second time. Because you don't know what you know. You don't know what you don't know until you know what you do. You know what you do. Then you can know how to do what you didn't know how to do. And so now, I'm going to, for this semester, I'm focusing on, I'll try it out, I'll give it my best shot, I'll see what feels comfortable, I'll see what feels right. I'll try to figure out what the right way is, right? Step in step with the spirit, stay in step with the spirit. It's such a walk, it's such a journey, such a challenge. But my tentative plan, theoretical plan is to get my books on Monday, the 6th, and classes are up to like the 27th. So plenty of time to read a little bit. So that's my plan. My plan is to read and get into the material a little bit ahead of time. But I'm just gonna follow the spirit. That's what it all boils down to. Like, I have my plans and everything, but I need to follow the spirit. That's what I need to do today. I need to follow the spirit. It's the age-old lesson on you had this plan. You just had to do it. You just had to do it. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. I should have really thought about things. Changed my plans today. I should have really thought about things. I should have made adjustments. At the end of the day, I did get a pair of shoes out of it, which I definitely desperately needed. And it's interesting. It was definitely a lot tighter on the toes than I thought things are. And is it interesting? Well, it's not the world. I think the world is weird. It's not the world. Hindsight's 20/20. So I'm trying to follow the spirit. Trying to get into the Doctrine and Covenants soon, which I'm excited about. I'll start that up. Start reading Doctrine and Covenants. Come follow me. Last year was a little easier. I mean, it was easier than that because I had a partner. And come follow me with a partner is really wonderful, especially when it's a love interest or boyfriend, girlfriend. It's just really nice. But that didn't work out, and then I kind of started struggling. I was struggling already because I was just focusing on other things. And it's not like, okay, you have to do this. I mean, you kind of do. You kind of do have to do it. You have to study your scriptures. You have to read your scriptures. Because if you don't, you're in trouble. Because you're going to be like, why is my life not better? Why am I struggling so much? It's like, you should just read your scriptures. And then you read your scriptures and you're like, oh wow, things are really, really well. It's like, yeah, you should be doing this all along. So I did pretty well with the scripture reading last year. But I will tell you, like, reading it with my girlfriend at the time, and before she was my girlfriend and stuff, it was nice reading it with her, but I never really felt like I didn't really feel like I was getting what I could have been getting out of it. I could have been getting so much more out of it. And at the same time, she did help me. She did help me stick to it. She did help me read, and she did help me follow through with it. But at the same time, it felt kind of shallow. And sometimes it has to be. Sometimes it needs to be. But it felt shallow. And I don't want that. And sorry. It's not always meant. Sorry for the video, but that's just how it has to be for you now. I don't know. It's interesting. Sometimes it's deep. Sometimes it's shallow. Sometimes it's up. Sometimes it's down. Sometimes it's white. Sometimes it's black. Sometimes the item's on the shelf. Sometimes it's not. It's just like that. was very interesting. And yeah, it's very interesting. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. We'll see how this year goes. We'll see how it goes. But I am excited. I am interested. Some things definitely happened. Someone passed away in our branch tonight, which was very, very sad. I don't want to talk about it too much, but yeah, just difficult. Just like someone who's been sick a lot for a long time, and they've always struggled with their health, and it's really sad. Really sad to see them go, but at the same time, their significant other, their eternal companion, keep this anonymous, their eternal companion, had to go through a lot. I had to go through a lot to take care of them and make sure they were okay, which I'm sure that person would have done 100 times out of 100. Done all over again. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that it is really, really, really sad. But at the same time, it's like there is such a, there should be, and there is, and there should be a good side, and there is. We know that. There's death is not the end, and that in of itself is such a wonderful thing. But yet it's not the end, right? So and thankfully it's not the end. And yes, when someone dies, it's so sad and so hard, especially when that person's really close to you and important to you. But it does get better, and we will see that person again. Sometimes we have to wait a really long time. Sometimes we don't have to wait too long. But it's hard, you know. Yeah. But thanks for listening to me on this journey. Thanks for listening to me in this video. If you've listened this far, thank you so much. If you listen to any of this, honestly, thank you. You only hear this now, but still, thank you anyway for listening. And I hope things are going good for you. I'm very, very excited. I'm almost to my destination. Very, very relieved. And again, I will feel pretty bad when I get there with this poor dog. We just need some love and attention and care. But he's gonna get that. That and so much more for the rest of his life. So that's very good. But yeah. Let's see. Yep, almost to the destination. So it's good. I'm excited about tomorrow. I'm gonna clean the church, which I'm excited about. Excited. The Capitals are playing tomorrow, which I'm really excited about that. I might actually get to watch that game, which would be really cool. But yeah, yeah. I'll feel so much better once I get to the destination and take care of this dog, because he needs it so bad. The cat too. But I feel much better after that. I'm starting to feel it already. You know, we need to get on that. You know, can't get there any sooner than you do. So get there. And yeah, there's a lot of really wonderful things going on. There's a lot to be thankful for. This year is going to be such a good year. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I feel a certain amount of sobriety about this year. The person who died was very unexpected to me. Not entirely unexpected, but still some. And yeah, you really gotta hold the ones you love close. You gotta really appreciate them, because especially the older ones, because everyone I think it's kind of why 6 Feet Under ties into all this, like the appreciation of life. But yeah, make sure the people you love, make sure they know you love them. And that's a message for me too, of course. But yeah, thanks for coming along with me on this journey. Thanks for listening to me talk for 45 minutes straight. I appreciate you. This is so tough. This road's so narrow like this. It's like the inner city, you know. It's like parking a daggone drive-through, people. But anyway,